I'm Bishop Abraham Duot Khueer Arok Duot. I'm a South Sudanese by nationality. I'm a Dinka by tribe of the Upper Nile regions. I'm from Jonglei State, Twitch East County, Nyak Payam, and I was born again. I want to talk about my journey and my experience. I do understanding better of our journey and the experience. What happened in Southern Sudan by then? In 1987, a civil war broke out in Southern Sudan. This was chased an estimated 27,000 young boys and girls from our homes and families. And we walked over 1,000 miles, semi-desert and wellocks to a refugee camp. Majority of us died on the way to Ethiopia border. The survivors of the horrific incident later became known as Red Army and the Lost Boy of Sudan. In Ethiopia, after a fleeing from Southern Sudan, we made our journey to Ethiopia with the Red Army and the Lost Boy. We spent 4 good years from 1987 to 1991. They're in a terrible condition. Many died from the dehydration, hunger, and exhaustion. Therefore, we buried ourselves in a shallow grave, very sad. However, in 1991, war forced us out of Ethiopia in a refugee camp called Finyudu. We start our journey back to Southern Sudan by footing, crossing rivers in the rainy season, then began trekking into northern Kenya, Kakuma refugee camp. In Kakuma, we found a better education whereby we start our writing in the dirt without a blackboard. Also, we got a proper care we needed from UN. I do not know why I was being separated from my family. I missed my parents and wondered if I would ever see them again. Then a man came to the camp and gave me a message of hope. After 1 year, there was an evangelist by the name of Paul Dengchol. He is now a canon in the Episcopal Church of South Sudan. He explained it. He led me to Christ. He talked to me several times and also to the other kids about having hope in Christ Jesus. I go to the church without good clothes. I had only a pair of shorts that I was wearing, and I did not have a shoe with me. I did not know where I was going, so I thought eventually I would die. Running from Ethiopia back to Sudan, the enemy was running after us, and my best friend was older than me. He was on the other side with me. And he told me, Abraham, get into the water, cross to the other side. But I told him, I would not because I do not know how to swim. I was just 11 years old, according to the age assessment, when I and thousands of other children were driving from refugee camp in Ethiopia. So later on we jumped into the water because there's no option. And we crawled to the other side. I thought I was going to die. The 700 Club, about 2,000 lost boy and girl died in that river Gilo as a result of enemy attacks. Some were eaten by crocodiles, and some got drowned because they do not know how to swim, and some died because of a snake bite and a scorpion sting, malaria out killed many children and mothers who were pregnant because of mosquitoes. From Ethiopia to South Sudan and Kenya, I walked more than 1,000 miles across Africa with a bare feet. I stayed in a refugee camp in Ethiopia for 4 years, and I stayed in Poshala for 5 months. In Kakuma camp in Kenya for 12 years. Though I survived the journey, many of my friends did not make it. Some got killed, and some were eaten by the lion population in the area. Some died of exhaustion, they could not walk further. Some died of starvation and malaria. Some years later, I heard that my dear father and 5 uncles had been killed by the Arab because they were soldiers. My mother's fate was unknown. I missed my mother all the time because there was nothing more significant than to be with your mother. By missing all that comfort and parental love and care, it was so difficult. Today, I am no longer a little boy. I am a man, husband, and father living in the Republic of South Sudan. When things become very difficult, the Spirit told me, try this man called Jesus. I tried Jesus. It has always been my prayer to God to make it possible for me to go to school, and God listened to my prayer. Through hard work and faith, I made my way to Karen Christian College in Nairobi, Kenya. There I began studying to become a theologian, and I believe I'm going to touch people's lives. Spiritually, I know for so many reasons that God keep me safe, though the difficulties is to impact the life of others, Christians, here and to accomplish what He wants me to do. That is education. In the year 2003, I went on the radio, long range, call and talk to radio operator in Twitch East in Upper Nile region, looking for the members of my family. And the radio operator told me that your sister is alive and she is staying with a maternal uncle. And I could not believe it. Through other Christian fellow member called Panchol Adwong, he gave me my sister Khueer Arok a free ticket for the cargo plane from Panyagor to Lokiogyo, Kenya. When I saw my sister for the first time in 16 good years, in 16 good years, my mood was completely changed, and I could not help crying because I just recognized the dress I sent to her before our reunions. I and my sister were overjoyed by God's answer to our prayer. There was a reason why God led me to the jungles, not only to help myself, but to see how people are in Christ and prayed and helped themselves. My heart was so broken when I was in a refugee camp in Uganda, both 2018 and 2019, Kenya. And Kenya E4 refugee camp, December in 2017. And in January 2018, I was with IDPs. Since South Sudan so many windows, a lot of orphan. I cannot control my running tears because it was the same way I go through during South Sudanese struggle for liberation. May God help the suffering people of South Sudan. In my vision, I have a vision of helping the poor in spirit and poor in education. I will teach them that hope in Christ Jesus. So that's what my mission is. And I know God is going to let me accomplish that. I know God is going to use me in a number of ways, not only in South Sudan, but in many places, as I say. Thank you so much, Jesus Christ, for letting me suffer. Perhaps if I did not suffer, I may know God in a better way.